G'day, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're having a fantastic Monday. It's the 30th of July, so that means that we're what are we? 6 months, 7 months down already. So quick this year is going. It's phenomenal. Quite a few updates today. I was actually just finished watching a Genesis Mining video actually on their how they responded to the technology. Very interesting. I posted one on the cease and desist order, which I want to chat to Bill about in our main group. But also the video they might post later on is very interesting about how they're responding to the changing technology in the mining sector. It was very, while Bill's talking, I'll grab the guy's name, or Claudia probably knows the guy's name who I'm speaking about. But it's an all Aussie affair today, as not as in all Australians, because I'm a Kiwi, Claudia's German. Bill and Paul are certainly Australian. So, but we're all in the same place within 100 kilometres of each other, which is pretty amazing, really. Amazing how we can all be involved in the same business. And normally it's 20, 30,000 kilometres difference between us. But now we're virtually sitting in each other's back pocket, which is great. And it has been fantastic. We had such a great day yesterday in Brisbane here. There's some really motivated people, really excited people, and people have left the event yesterday with a lot of knowledge. I've had quite a few messages today that say thanks for not only a great event, that we really enjoyed it, but also we learnt quite a bit about the business, and we learnt more about the mining side, and certainly we learnt a whole heap of information about the ICOs and what they can be, what they're designed for, how they're going to be implemented, and how that strategy is going to play out for the members. So some very, very happy people this morning. So it's a very good evening. I'll go to you, Claudia, first. Down there on the Gold Coast, it's still, is that sunshine? No, it might be a light behind it. How are you going, Claudia?
Hi, Kitty. It was actually, I'm going very well, of course. It was very good to meet everybody yesterday. I mean, we had a great event, really enjoyed it, beautiful people. We had an amazing driver today back to the Gold Coast. He looked a little bit like the Bee Gees. He actually was a singer, but he was also a crypto trader, we're just heading here to the Marriott again in Gold Coast. There was a crypto conference on the weekend. So there is a lot going on in that space here, I must say. I truly enjoy it, so I liked it. Still waiting for you with this G-string thing you didn't do, but you were so funny, hilarious. People loved it.
To bring people up to speed, we're not that type of company, Claudia, but Bill gave me a pair of, I've just washed them today because we're wearing them again tomorrow. My Bitcoin socks, I wear those with pride, my Bitcoin socks. And I commented there was a possible attachment or accessory, the Bitcoin G-string that I'll be wearing at some stage. So that got a few people excited, or maybe it didn't get them excited, maybe put them off their dinner maybe. But we had a lot of fun, and we took mass selfies. I thought that was really cool as well, because I've noticed quite a few of the members have got their selfie photos on their profiles on Facebook today. Really, really good, and getting some good feedback. So that was a good, interesting little thing we did right at the start there. Now, Paul, all this activity up here in Brisbane, we're down, well, you're in your neck of the woods with Bill and Claudia now. Pretty exciting tomorrow. We're going to a crypto den tomorrow. It's a specifically designed area that these guys that we know, that we've met. And it's interesting how we met. And the other guy's name is Paul as well. I think he found me on YouTube or Facebook, and then contacted me, and then we've known them ever since. And they actually manufacture kiosks, crypto kiosks, which is pretty exciting. So it's all happening down your way, Paul, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting end of the tour, the Swiss Gold Global tour. So we will have it in the den tomorrow night. That'll be pretty good. We can bring along all our little money and put it into the crypto kiosk machine and pop out with some Bitcoin and it'll be a pretty exciting day. Yeah, hopefully we get about 20 or 30 people there. It'll be quite good.
Yeah, I think he can. I rang him today. He's got plenty of seats there, and he's right on the river, Nerang River. So we can go fishing for bull sharks too, or just throw a line in and see if we can catch something exciting over there. So
you can throw you in with your G-string. Yeah.
Jesus, we don't want to put in the sharks off, mate. Anyway, it's a bit too dark. You never go in the water at night, not in the Gold Coast canals, that's for sure. Looking forward to tomorrow night. Now, I've had the privilege of spending probably, when was it? A week last Friday, a week and a half with Bill and Claudia, starting in Melbourne, up to Sydney and then Brisbane, and finalising tomorrow on the Gold Coast, Bill. So it's been a bit of a whirlwind tour. We've seen a lot of fantastic people and a lot of excited people, and given them a lot of information. And I think there's a pretty good feeling out here in Australia, you think?
Yeah, hi, Keithy. Hi, Paul. Hi, Claudia. Yeah, it's first of all, it's great to be out here. It's great spending some time with you, Keithy. Of course, catching up with Paul and everyone at the meetings in Melbourne, Sydney, and Brisbane. I mean, yesterday we had people who, we had Bernd with us, and we had Bernd Hanna with us. And of course, we had Shirley with us, been with us for 10 years. Other than Claudia, they're the longest serving members, I think. So to have people associated with the company for 10 years is absolutely fantastic. It's still showing up at meetings. I mean, that's really, really, really nice to see. And good people, good, hard-working, honest people who are looking for an opportunity to generate some more cash flow, as we all are, of course. So it was great to get in front of the people yesterday, address a lot of the questions. Of course, the environment's changing again. And of course, a lot of interest is on the ICO, so we spoke a bit about that. The asset-backed security token, which is going to be very, very exciting. And it's just great that I came out here and to be able to rebond with the people, get some FaceTime with them. They hit me directly with questions and see where we're taking this company for the next 2, 3, 5, 10 years. And I think we're certainly in the right sector. I think that's the most important thing. Claudia mentioned that we drove down today with a trader, and the amount of people that are awakening to Bitcoin. In fact, we're in the lift today. A lot of older people there in the lift here, because there's conferences here held at the Marriott. It's an investors conference here, and we're in the lift, and this lady got in. I would say she would be in her maybe late 60s, young, healthy-looking lady, but I mean vibrant in her energy. And they've been attending the investors meetings. Of course, she asked them, do they talk about cryptocurrency? She said, yes, we spoke about that yesterday. So here we are on the Gold Coast at the Marriott, and you had people from fund managers, private investors, of course, turning up. It's a 3-day event, which I didn't know about until today, in the lift. And these people, speaking about cryptocurrency yesterday, which is fantastic. So if you have a conference of this size at the Marriott Hotel on the Gold Coast, which is a mega hotel, I must say, it's a fantastic resort hotel here, huge boardrooms, conference rooms, and speaking of crypto, you just know that you're in the right sector. No question about that. You position yourself, you're learning about it, you'll position yourself for the right trend. And that was really nice to see these people. And as yesterday, I think the youngest one who attended yesterday was 16, and the oldest one was, I think, Walter. I don't want to call him the oldest one, but the mature one, let's say. I think he was a young 76 or 77, but you can just see, we have Bitcoin growing in the UK in the mid-80s. I mean, this sector, just because it's digital, does not mean you should not be open to it. It's for all people. You can benefit from this, but there's a lot to learn, and of course, the sector is evolving and changing all the time.
Spot on, mate. That's spot on. The youngest here, 16 years old, and I asked him. The oldest is Walter's 78, and he's proud of being 78. He's very agile, fit, very with it type of guy, and he loves his crypto. He's been mining for well over a year. I think April last year he got involved when it was about 1,200 US, about 1,600 Australian. The interesting thing was that the 16-year-old guy, I suppose, or kid, I asked him when he first heard about Bitcoin, and he said, when I was 12. I was flabbergasted by that he had actually heard about Bitcoin when he was 12, I said, how did that happen? Were you playing a game on your computer one day and a little ad popped up for Bitcoin or something? But it was amazing that, and he was there, 16. He was taking notes as well. I don't know if you noticed that, guys, that he had his bit of paper out and take a few notes. Very smart guy at 16 to be sort of in that frame of mind. Wow. So that's...
I hope he used his pizza money to buy some Bitcoins back then.
Yeah, oh God. It'd have to be a very, very big pizza built. Have to be the size of the hotel you're staying in if it was going to spend, 20,000 Bitcoins, was it, for that first pizza back in 2009 or whatever it was. But you're spot on. It's everywhere, starting to just pop up everywhere. I did a bit of a social experiment here in Brisbane on Saturday. I was at the local shopping centre and I made up some little flyers just for our event yesterday, just to basically to see the response. And I went to about probably 30 shops. I was going to get some groceries, so I'll just hand these out and see what response I get. Mostly young people work in retail, and out of the 30 I spoke to, easily 20, 22, 23 people knew about Bitcoin and about Bitcoin mining. And I'd say half of those 23, their friends, one of their friends was involved in mining or was looking seriously at earning money through Bitcoin mining or trading or something like that. So in young people, now that's the really good part, that if these people are, their average age is probably 19 to about 23, 24-year-old. I even bought a vacuum cleaner on Saturday as well. And the lady who I sold, she sold me the vacuum cleaner. She didn't know anything about Bitcoin. It's heard a little bit about, but she said, "Oh, one of the guys here, he's right into Bitcoin." People are talking to other people about Bitcoin and spreading the word. So that's the exciting part. So yeah, it's been a great 3-city tour and finishing off with the Gold Coast tomorrow. So that'll be exciting to where we're going, because these guys are quite innovative that are building their own crypto kiosks. Pretty switched on guys. So they're good connections for us to have on the Gold Coast as well. So
just on that, Keith, I was just looking at that conference. It's actually the Australian Investors Conference, National Investors Conference held here. So it's pretty mega, and I mean they're all look very savvy people. So here they are, the Australian National Investors Conference held here on the Gold Coast at the Marriott, and here they are speaking about crypto yesterday. So it gives you the idea of the size of the trend that we're speaking about right now.
Well, I better get down there tomorrow morning with some flyers and stand outside the conference entrance. Just say Bitcoin. I'll get my Bitcoin. I won't get my G-string on, Claudia, but I'll get my Bitcoin T-shirt on and my Bitcoin socks and a pair of trousers, and maybe and the banner. I'll take the banner down and see how long I last before security ushers me away to outside the hotel area. And talk to them about Swiss Gold Global, gold, silver, and Bitcoin. Might be able to build a massive team off the back of the conference. But it's exciting that people are there and getting exposed to it. So as you keep saying, Bill, it's very, very true. It's early adoption. Yeah, there's Connie just said, Bill's a bit hard to hear. Yeah, your internet signal might be a little bit weak there, Bill, and the volume is coming through all right, but not as clear as it normally is. I don't know if you're on hotel Wi-Fi there, but yeah, I'll just turn my volume up so I can hear you okay. Yeah, it's been fantastic. So the news that we got yesterday, though, is the Genesis Mining have sold out of the newer Bitcoin mining contracts. So did you or Claudia want to bring us update on that?
I'll do that, Keithy. Can you hear me now?
Yep, that's okay.
Good. Yes, well, we've been, first of all,
Genesis Mining have been very generous to us. I mean, if we go back to last year till now, we've had mining availability for that full time, and Genesis Mining have not. And I had a call from their team members. I think it was Friday of this particular week, and yeah, it just came. It was unexpected, but you know, given the amount of hash power that's been available to members, and they haven't even been selling it to their own members. They have 2 million members. I suppose you know, it was time for a bit of a change. So, okay, it's disappointing on one side. On the other side, I acknowledge it too that we've been looked after exceptionally well by them, which is fantastic, and we continue to work well with them. But yeah, it's just one of those things that's had to come to the end at the moment while we move forward and work on these other mining concepts that we're going to do. I mean, there's a lot to do in this area. But our focus right now is going to be the ICO, absolutely, because the mining is also going to be associated with the ICO as well, token as well. But yeah, I can't really say much when the mining is going to become available again. I don't have a date on that yet.
Yeah, dropping out. Is that maybe the mic you're using the microphone off the earpiece, lady?
How's that?
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah, a lot better, mate. Yep, 100%. Okay, so
over the balcony. Okay.
So maybe just go over that little bit, just a very, very short version about are they, because based on that little video I saw from Genesis Mining, they were speaking about their innovation and it showed them installing new mining computers, but a different style. And he's talking about the new efficient equipment they were installing and doing themselves. They were innovating themselves as things. A real challenge with all the other companies that are out there, but they believe they're still the number one because they're innovating as they go along. And the guy mentioned, I'll pull it up when I find it. He mentioned that this has all happened in the last 6 to 12 months. He said it's just exploding, the technology, and he said, I'm really enjoying the sector we're in because it's so exciting of things changing, and we're trying to innovate. So I guess is there any? I guess they're going to open more facilities with the newer equipment to be more efficient still. So we'll just have to wait for them, Bill, to give us the word on when the new contracts would be up and running. Yes.
Yeah, well, you're probably speaking about Philip Salter, I suppose. Philip's probably the person who did the video, and a fantastic young man. He worked with the past CTO Stefan Schindler. Also, he's actually a doctor actually, who really started off as one of the pioneers of Genesis. So very smart team. Of course, they evolved. They certainly developed. And if I went to the Sweden farm. You saw videos of me at the Iceland farm. We weren't able to take videos at the Sweden farm, which is much bigger than the Icelandic farm. Certainly to be able to protect this proprietary technology. I mean, you just look at the actual maintenance fees that Genesis has compared to these other companies. Even when it was 28 cents, it's still 25 to 30% less than the other closest probably competitors. And now they're selling the fixed term contracts for, of course, 14 cents maintenance fee. So their development is leading edge. They are a leading edge company, and it's certainly we are so grateful to be associated with them. And regarding the mining contracts, yes, they've come to an end for the moment, but we'll be working with Genesis Mining to be able to bring them, new contracts into the future. I mean, primarily, for the last 6 months, we've had mining available for our members. Genesis Mining did not have it available so much for their members. So I can't really complain in that respect. They've looked after us exceptionally well, and we just look forward to continuing our work with them and developing, our research with future mines with them.
Yeah, I've just found the video. Young Phil, very switched on guy, but he's pretty motivated. He's pretty excited about the opportunities. That's great. Did you want to? The other point I got here. If there's any questions, folks, please pop them in the chat. We'll get to them as soon as we can. The other thing I noticed that we got that. We haven't talked about the cease and desist yet, Bill. Did you want to touch quickly on that? That Genesis received that reply from the SEC over in the US?
Well, I think it's a fantastic response. First of all, when it first came out, I think it was March this year, where Genesis Mining and our company, Swiss Gold Global, was named in that particular cease and desist order. They said then and there that they wanted to actually work together with the regulator, liaise with the regulator, and they've certainly been doing that. And obviously, they've got a fantastic result. It's very rare in this. I think it's very rare that you see any cease and desist orders, reversed. So to have that done, it's really a testament to the company and to the integrity of the company Genesis Mining, their board, their vision, and who they are in that respect. Now, we, up to this particular time, have never received a cease and desist order. We received no communication, no order from the Attorney General's office in South Carolina. We have responded to them with a letter. In fact, myself, I responded to them with a letter and a signed affidavit. But to this date, we have not received any notification whatsoever from that particular authority. But we'll work together. Of course, we want to support Genesis Mining because they are the service provider. They are the ones providing the mining. We were really a retailer, a reseller of their particular contract. So, yeah, I believe there's still things to be worked through there. And even when it comes to us as well, but that'll come out in time, I'm sure.
Okay. Now, just quickly relating to the mining packages not available at the moment, Claudia, maybe you give us an answer here. If people are upgrading their packages, they get silver, do they, instead of the mining packages? Is that sort of come? I'm just going through my back office now. Any idea what the situation there is?
Yeah, basically, do I hear an echo? Can you hear me?
All good, all good.
All right. So basically everything which was crypto that has been taken out, obviously, and has been replaced with gold or silver. So yeah, I mean, that's has to be done otherwise, because we don't have to do that. And the memberships, of course, the $50, which were on the minor packages, they will be replaced, of course, with silver.
Right, I'll just check through there, and you're right, you're spot on. You know everything, Claudia, which is very, very good. Says here that just the basic minor package, $170 to start. You get $30 worth of Swiss gold, gold or silver. You get the choice there. So awesome, that's already been updated. Now, could you give the members just a little bit of an update? I know I've talked to you quite a bit about the new website. When that's coming through in a little while, and the new app and everything. And I know you're very excited about that. Can you give us a bit of an overview of what your feeling is of the new site when it goes live?
Yeah, sure. I mean, what, of course, Bill has spoken a little bit yesterday, maybe a little bit more than on the prior meetings we had in Melbourne and in Sydney. So yesterday he did a little bit more out there. It's very exciting, and I have seen, of course, the development inside for the back office already. I've seen some development which is going to happen in terms of on the marketing side, when all this is going to go live, when it's going to be switched over to the new platform, which is very, very exciting, because I'm a believer in, when you build a great company, that you have to have a great system. So of course, gold isn't sometimes not the easiest way to explain it. And then Bitcoin is a totally new animal, so to speak. And then Bitcoin mining, we have seen, of course, till people grasp it, sometimes this can be a little bit challenging or a little bit too much. So you and I, we are, of course, big believers that too much information is also going to shy people away. So we have spoken a lot about that. We need to have very simple systems where an 8-year-old or a 90-year-old can just go out, understand it, and create income, make money. And this is where I believe, what I have seen so far is where we're going to get. with new videos, with new website, with easy to share tool, because there's no point in, of course, I have quite a knowledge. Okay, I don't know everything, but I have quite a knowledge because I put a lot of energy in studying, of course, cryptocurrency and, of course, the Bitcoin the technology, the Bitcoin blockchain there. So I have done a lot, and I'm going to study more. But it's no point that I have this information. You need to know that information. No, it has to be easy, shareable, and applicable. This is where we point when, of course, this is going to come out. I hope as soon as possible, something like that. That would be, of course, great, because then we will have a system which basically we share a link. Then, of course, people see a video, a short video. They like it. We pique their interest, their curiosity. They want to know more information. You then, of course, you will be able to share it so much easier and get their interest so much easier, and then you can have follow-up information and videos, which you don't need to know. The new rep, the new affiliate doesn't need to know everything, straight away yet. They can just share some information. That's the whole point of it. So I'm very excited.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. I can't wait. I haven't seen it yet, so I know it's blue and white. That's the colouring, so that's pretty exciting, as opposed to gold and black. Which is, I guess, gold and black. It's a traditional colour. Paul, now, yesterday there's quite a few of your people there. Any feedback from them on the information they got about the ICOs? I know there was a lot of questions from a couple of your people at the end there. Any sort of feedback on what their thoughts were going forward?
Well, yeah, there was a lot, because they have not been attuned to ICOs, of course. So what we've been talking about is all new. So what they got out of yesterday is knowledge about some ICOs. But now they've got to go and now spread that to our other members in our group. So we'll be having some discussions about ICOs, and we'll be all up to speed before it launches, September, October. So we'll be all pretty excited about the token that's coming forward. Yeah, so we can earn some another income stream, I would take it.
Yeah, that's right, mate. That's the great thing about what we've got ahead. And in the next few months, we'll have our gold, silver, mining, our ICOs, and the affiliate program. So we'll have 5 opportunities there to earn through everything being tied together under the one umbrella. And as Bill's mentioned, the rebranding of the company. We don't know the name yet, but I'm sure it's going to be a good name. So we'll be changing from Swiss Gold Global to our new branded name to encompass more the digital side of the business, I guess. Bill, is that how you describe our rebranding name? Is it, without, obviously, can't give it away, but because everything is not finalised yet, but it's more leaning towards that digital side. Would that be right?
Yes, correct, Keithy. I mean, the name is certainly, it's been decided on for 12 months. We've known the company name for 12 months, of course, and but we just can't give that out right now. We don't want to lose the power of it in diluting the message before we get everything packaged together and the regulatory authorities signed off, etc. But no, certainly, I mean, Swiss Gold Global started off as a gold company, silver company. So, and then we evolved in the crypto mining. Now we're going to the next level as well. So the name Swiss Gold Global doesn't really reflect the nature of the business moving forward. So it definitely does need a brand name change. That will be all part of the new web page and developments and marketing pages that'll come available for our affiliate members.
Okay, great. Now, Connie just asked, with the new promoting the new website, the new marketing page, as you said, maybe Claudia, basically things like capture pages, opt-in pages, is that part of what's on the horizon for us, that you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely, that has to be part of it. I'm not sure I hear echo here. Maybe this is coming from somebody. No. Can you hear me twice? Well, I hear myself twice. Now it's gone. No, absolutely. I mean, that's what I have been, begging for, talking about, and all the time. Please, we have to have that. We have to have capture pages, landing page. We have to have a simple app. I want to have that's what I want to have, a Jewish register app, meaning like, those old machines where you sort of, when the money comes in, it syncs, sort of those Jewish cash register. I like to have this somehow in an app. Every time somebody enrolls, we get a little bit of singing there. So I like to have all those features. I'm not sure how they're going to do it, but I know there's a way to do it, so that we have, again, like lots of tools available for the people to make it easier through social media to promote the business. Because, hey, we are in year 2018. Lots of people are on social media. They're living on their phone. I mean, in fact, a lot of people I speak to, they don't even have a computer. They just do everything on their phone. So yeah, definitely it's something which has to be part of it.
Fantastic. Well, that's good. Hope that answers your question, Connie. Thanks for that question. We want to try and keep it short today. We obviously we're looking forward to tomorrow night. We've only got about 5 seats left, believe it or not, for the people that are coming. So there's not many seats left. So if you're on the Gold Coast and you know Paul or you know me, just give us a message and say, yeah, put us down for a couple of seats, because everyone that walked away yesterday was really excited about where we are now, but also the main thing that came across was a couple of brand new people there that came out of my meetup group that I've got going here in Brisbane. A couple of brand new people just turned up, and one guy particularly said, wow, this is a very well run company. They're very transparent. It's amazing. We've got the owner and the #1 affiliate here speaking to us live. I can ask questions of. I've never sort of seen that before in this space. So we're doing the right things for people that are looking for this type of business. So with that sort of positivity out there, all we got to do is just keep talking to people, putting the message out there over and over and over again. Not everyone will like the message or want to hear the message, but you can't stop. You just cannot stop if you want to build generational wealth for yourself. And if you build it for yourself, then you can build that for everyone around you that you want to help. So you've got to be focused. You've got to be determined yourself. And that's what I said at the end of the presentation yesterday, that there's no more two determined people than Bill and Claudia standing at the front of our presentation today. And everyone was nodding their head in agreements that Bill's doing a fantastic job. So is Claudia. Unlimited energy to drive the business and help people. Claudia, after the event, for another hour and a half, we're sitting having coffees and bite to eat. Just people are bombarding her with questions, answering questions left, right, and centre. Same with Bill. So they made their time available, which is fantastic. So we all got a lot out of it. So parting comments, because where are you next Monday, Claudia? Do you know where you're going to be?
Next Monday, I think I'm still going to be in Australia, somewhere in Melbourne. So we're going to be, of course, on the call. But Kitty, you know what? I must say, you did an amazing job of a presentation.
Oh, I just stood up there with my socks on and my Bitcoin socks and just talked for a while. That was all.
No, you did a really, really great job. I mean, you really entertained the people. You really have an amazing skill. So let's say from a perspective of, let's say, I would be a newbie. I would be a new person. I have no idea about whatever this all is, and I want to join. I would actually absolutely definitely want to join you because I know you could help me take this business to the next level. Because again, what I actually need to do is to bring people to your presentation, and you know, you're going to do all the work because you're doing all the presenting, and I just bring people till I eventually learn it. So I mean, you did an amazing job there. I really loved it.
Well, thank you, Claudia. Well, we do that basically once a month. We do a coffee get-together in Brisbane, and then we do a coffee get-together on the Gold Coast as well. Plus, we do a Monday night hangout. We get you guys on when we can. So it's just being consistent for anyone who's thinking about sort of getting involved in the team building side. Just got to be out there doing it. And I've been watching one of my friends on Facebook. She's doing a video challenge. She's doing 30 days or something like that. She's putting herself out there. The first one or two are sort of all right, but she's last 4 or 5, she's got really good, really comfortable now in front of the camera, and she's rattling away. And before now, it's just 7 or 8 minutes. You don't want to go too far. I tend to rattle on a little bit, but yeah, thank you, Claudia. I really appreciate the feedback. Always room for improvement. Always room for a bit more knowledge for myself. Team Biggs just say, when's Dash Mining coming in? Maybe Bill can answer that in a sec. Paul, final note. Enjoyed Brisbane. Looking forward to the Gold Coast tomorrow.
I look forward to the Gold Coast every day. Now, regarding Swiss Gold Global, yes, we will be out there tomorrow, and I like that ticket idea that you had, Keith. I remember seeing that. Unfortunately, I didn't get around to doing that. But we'll just keep pushing forward and promoting. Yeah, well, we'll look forward to tomorrow. It'll be pretty good. Yeah.
Now, just remind everybody as well, Paul, we're not at the Quality Inn in Mermaid Waters. One of these contacts we've got has said, well, you can use our crypto den office. And so we're going to that location on Chevron Island, which is right behind it's actually technically part of Surfers Paradise, but it's on an island just behind Surfers and surrounded by water. We're on the water, so we may go for a swim afterwards, but I doubt it because it'll be pitch black and it'll be full of sharks in the river there. So we won't be doing that. We'll be doing might go for a walk around the block and look at the fins going past. It's whale watching season, isn't it, Paul? Coming into whale watching season here on the Gold Coast.
It is at present, but they don't come up to Chevron Island. But there'll be lots of little fishes and all that there. But we'll be looking for the information to come from Bill, because he'll have to get ready again because he'll be bombarded with more questions, and so will Claudia. And the one question that was raised yesterday, Keith, Bill, was about the card that we talk about with our crypto card that we use here in Australia. We thought Genesis Mining might have had one of those out by now. We spoke about it early in the year. Has anything further been happening with that?
Hi, Paul. It's a great question. Primarily, Paul's question is, is Genesis Mining coming out with a crypto card, like a coin jar card that Keithy primarily has, and of course Paul will probably have, where you can actually pay for your goods and services with Bitcoin through one of these coin jar cards. Genesis Mining, listen, they are onto it now. For some reason, whether it's regulatory wise, whether they're waiting for the right positioning, they haven't released it as yet. But I know, I mean, they've said it. They've actually put it out that they do have an e-money license, which is absolutely fantastic and very unique. And I think strategically in time they'll come out with their particular card. Again, the way things have changed there, Paul, I mean, last year you could have owned any particular card and that would have done probably international transactions. Now, primarily the way the exchanges and regulatory authorities have changed that. We remember at the end of last year, I think end of 2017, the beginning of 2018, a lot of the exchanges were affected by the regulatory changes, and a lot of the cards were shut down. For example, you could not use coin jar card in other countries. You couldn't use, I think, the Wirex card outside of Germany. You could only use it, you used to be able to use it outside of Germany. Now you can only use it where that particular company may be issuing the card. So there's lots of changes there. So maybe they're waiting to see what is happening in the regulatory side, because obviously, I mean, they're a global company themselves with 2 million members. They want to be able to give a solution to 2 million members on a global aspect. So I would suggest, and I'm not speaking on behalf of Genesis Mining because I'm not authorized to, but they don't have a card right now. But that may be one of the reasons why they have not brought it out to the marketplace, because of a lot of the regulatory changes that's been going on.
Okay. Cheers, Bill. What about Dash? That was Team Big just asked that one. I know we did have it very briefly.
No, not at the moment, Keithy. Our contracts are at the moment are not available, but we'll be working on that over the next coming weeks and months. But Dash is not available right now.
Yeah. Okay. And the other information, obviously, when the ICO comes out, you mentioned that they will be mined, those 2 ICOs. So that's more information that we can look forward to as far as the explanation. I guess the white papers will come out for both coins, Bill, and that will give people an overall understanding of the reason behind Swiss Gold Global putting out the 2 ICOs, the white papers, because that's what they're there for, to explain the reason for the business of the coins. Then they will be mined and available, one of them, for that potential earnings for the members. But that's probably, you said September the other day, so we're just at the end of July, so August, September, so maybe within 8 weeks if everything goes well, do you think?
That's our target, Keith. First of all, there'll be 1 ICO paper. Okay, 1 ICO paper. The core product will be our asset-backed security token, which will be, hopefully, we're expected to be regulated as a security token. But within that token is going to be backed by different assets. And of course, we'll also have, we're a gold and silver company. We transact in gold and silver now, but we have another token which will be backed by gold and silver as well. But that's just like buying. If you want to buy a gram of gold, you buy it on a token. That token will be 100% backed in physical gold and or silver, and fully audited as well, and it'll be listed on the exchange. So that's one aspect. But the security tokens is a different concept. That's really exciting, because all revenues that those assets generate are going to go back to add value to that particular token. And of course, we like to see an increase in that token value. That's the whole idea of it. But that will all come out in a very transparent way to our members in the ICO. There'll be a website came out, and on that website there'll be actually, of course, all the information provided. And I know you've had a bit of a look at the white paper, Keithy. It's not the final version, but that particular white paper that you've got, probably I shouldn't even said that. Why you should have it and others shouldn't have it. Probably because you spent a few days with me in Melbourne. That's why you leveraged it out of my bag. But that said, after a few red wines. But with that said, Keithy, our lawyers have looked at that, and now it's gone from the lawyer. They've said, yes, what's in this white paper, it seems is deemed to be, we believe, under these particular regulations, to be a security token. Now it's gone to the regulator for the next step. So that's primarily where we are, and it just takes time now, But that's the process we're following.
Very, very exciting, Bill. It is. We're getting there slowly but surely and moving ahead in a strong position for all the members. So, yeah, one of the members already wants a copy, Bill, on the chat. So I've sworn, I've looked at it. Yeah, very exciting, mate, very exciting. So it's only a few short weeks away, and we'll be into a new chapter. And that's the main thing that I can't wait for, really. I'm getting a bit toey, actually. Can't wait for the time to eclipse quick enough, because unfortunately we've run out of contracts at the moment. We need the price of Bitcoin just on the rise ever so slightly, especially in the last month. It's probably gone up. Well, it was only a low 7,000s, 8,164. We just need that to carry through to 9 or 10 in the next 6-7 weeks and stabilize at the next level at 10,000. We'll get a little bit more for our existing contracts. The ICOs will start coming out. Our new back office will be there. The app will be on the phone. We've had to talk to people about our new projects within the company, the sign-on pages, the sign-up pages, everything that'll be in place. So it's a whole new next level that we're very, very close to. And I know a lot of people are getting a little bit frustrated that it doesn't come quick enough, but you've got to wait for these good things. And what we've got to do is wait for tomorrow, because that's the last live event here in Australia. So we'll get plenty of photos, and I'll be roaming around with my my Bitcoin microphone if Claudia doesn't steal it off me in the process, because that's Claudia's actually you're a natural, Claudia, on the microphone, and especially in Sydney there. You held a very, very long engaged interview with that girl there that was there, Susan, down there in in Sydney. That was fantastic. Really, really good. So thank you for coming on tonight, Claudia. See you tomorrow at the event.
You're coming earlier tomorrow, Kitty, right? Because we want to do some more interviews there. And you know that is the investors conference here, the largest one from Australia. So we certainly have to do video Bitcoin. We have to do a lot of interviews tomorrow. I'm going to bring some guests as well to the meetings, which we met here. So, 10 prospects a day, speak to 10 people a day. That's the goal. That's the target. That's what we are doing, aren't we?
Yeah, I suppose you're just riding up and down the lift for hours on end at the Marriott, and just as people come in, the doors close, they can't get out. So you're talking to them. Is that your sales technique here in Australia? Just hang in the lift for about 2 hours. That way you can speak to your 10 people. Is that right, Claudia?
Actually, no, that's not my strategy. But no, just hanging around and having a coffee there and there. Just talk to people, be nice, be friendly, be interested in people, and not just you just blurting out everything. No, be interested. What do they do? And if they're having a nice time, I'm just interested in people. In fact, Bill is even talking to more people than me, so he is actually even better than me in that.
Yeah. Well, certainly the microphone with the selfie stick and my phone generates a bit of interest. So we'll come down early and see if we can get a few people live and ask them what they're investing in, and talk to them about ICOs and Bitcoin as well, and gold and silver. So we'll see you tomorrow, Paul. We'll see you tomorrow night. Thanks for coming on tonight, mate. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, see you at what time? It starts at 7 o'clock tomorrow night at Chevron Island.
Chevron Island.
It's near Hoota. So if people on the coast understand where Hoota is, they'll know where Chevron Island is. All right, I'll see you later then, Bill. See you later, Claudia, and good night.
Okay. All right, Bill. We'll see you tomorrow, mate. Thanks for coming on tonight, and looking forward to an exciting meeting tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely, Keithy. And Claudia's compliment to you about your meeting yesterday is very, very true. And I think I think you mentioned to me in Melbourne that you've been a coach for 40 years. And I think you're really carrying that philosophy on what you're doing here. You're a great coach. You're coaching people, you're supporting people, you're nurturing people, you're encouraging people, you're teaching people. And that's what it's about. You're interested in them, in their increased performance. And so, again, we really appreciate all that you do, and you too, Paul, for your loyalty, and your partner, of course. It's fantastic, and we look forward to seeing everyone tomorrow. And yes, I do speak to people, but as Claudia will tell you, the money's in the follow-up. I'm not so good at that. So the money is in the follow-up. So get the cards from the people. I don't do that so well because I'm not the marketer. Claudia is in one respect. But yeah, it's good to speak to people, find out what they're interested in. And but of course, you've got to follow people up and support them. But we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Yeah. All right. Cheers, Bill. Thanks everyone for watching, and thanks certainly for all the questions that we got. Fantastic. Looking forward to tomorrow, and we'll bring in lots of photos and lots of videos. If I can capture a few people in the foyer or chase them out into the coffee area of the restaurant. I'm still reasonably quick at my age, so they can't get away too far. All right, folks, have a good one, and have a positive week. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see. That was, by the way, that was live event number 49 for us, Paul. So 49 weeks. So we've only got 3 more. We've hit the 1 year mark doing our lives for Swiss Gold Global Australia. It's pretty awesome. So fantastic. We'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks, folks. Have a great week. See you soon.